Alright everyone, so for my first video I'm going to talk about this painting that I did for the band Amy's Ghost from Reading. This came about because I saw them at a local festival, and afterwards I got in touch with them and they asked me to do a painting. So there we are. Anyway, here's the painting. I'll show you it properly at the end of the video. I'll put a photo up, okay? You can also see this on my website, Drop My Brush. So what happens? The idea of this painting was to get as much movement into it as possible, okay? And how did I do that? Well, it's all down to composition, tone and contrast, but mainly the composition part. If you look at the painting, the whole thing is based on an S shape, okay? So as swirling as an S can be is about as much of a sweep and a movement as you can hope to get. If it's something like straight, you won't get it. It has to be curved. So you start at the top of the head, then it comes down through a hair, and then through these roses that are stitched into a dress around the shoulder, and then down through this rose that she's holding, through her hand, through the stem, and then round all the way back in this huge sweep around through this sort of cloud of, well, it's supposed to be kind of magical because she's supposed to be a ghost, okay? You can see she sort of dissolves at the bottom. Can't quite see that so well on the webcam. So that was how I did that. Now how I came up with that idea was I did some sketches, okay? Just took a normal sketchbook and drew the shape of the canvas, little rectangles, and did like little post-it notes of excuse me, different positions that I could paint Amy in. This was very close to the drawing that I did. I wanted the dress to sort of dissolve into all these leaves to flow around originally, but that was going to be far too complicated and she was going to be too small. So it turned into more or less a portrait with this kind of like ethereal edge to it. Now what else contributes to this? Well, you're thinking about tones and contrast and colour at this point as you're painting it. The areas like, say, a neck area here is not a main area of the picture. I don't want too much interest there. So that becomes a cool and dark and sort of uninteresting place. It doesn't want to be bland, but what you do is you'll blend the colours more there. Not too many sharp lines, no really warm vibrant colours. It wants to be cool and just sort of set back a little bit. Same with this arm. This arm is kind of very much I won't say lifeless because it's a bit cheesy with a ghost, but it is kind of lifeless. It don't want to be it doesn't want to be boring, but even so. So how do you draw attention to places? Well, I've got very sharp lines in this hair where I want the curve to start. There's lots of bright colours next to dark colours, and here is probably the sharpest lines in the painting. If you look close, like this hair here that comes down past the cheek, that's probably the darkest section of the picture next to the lightest, apart from the dress obviously. So the contrast draws your eye to that, and then it starts bringing it down past the areas with more contrast, like here with these black roses next to white, down to this area which is very sharp. And the biggest difference in the whole painting here is black and a solid white all around here to bring the eye to this rose, which your eyes are also following, okay? And then because you're looking down there, you also flow through this and back around, okay? That's how the painting composition works. In any painting, you want your eye to draw to a focal point. If it's just one, like a landscape or something, if there's nothing in it, it won't work. It will just look like land and sky. You need something happening there, and when there is something happening, you do areas like this with high contrast and strongest colours in the painting to draw your eye there, and that'll help the painting no end, and you'll get a better result in the end. Now this, you'll notice, is unvarnished. I do this for a reason, because I'm about to start varnishing. I haven't had much experience really in varnishing, but this one really needs it, because at the moment it looks good, but it's kind of, you can see that the colours would benefit from being stronger, and the varnish would bring those out and even the whole thing together. So in another video, when I get some varnish, I'm going to come back to this and explain how to do that and what the benefits are. So that's the first one, Amy's Ghost. Let's see what I can come up with next. Okay, cheers, see you later.